Hello 10th class students, how are you? This is Biodiversity Unit 6 on behalf of DEO Nalgunda online classes, A Reading Environment 3. We have already learned Environment 1 and 2, and this is the third part of the lesson. You have already watched two videos of biodiversity environment 1 and 2. Now let us go to this third part. This is environment 3. When we plant a tree, we plant hope for our future. This is Wangari Maathai's message. And in this lesson, we have already watched in two parts about Wangari Maathai, her interview with NHK Radio, Wangari Maathai, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, who fought for equal rights for women in Africa. We have seen her 5 interview questions. In that questions, in previous two videos, in the questions she answered, how did she become aware of the environment and how peace is connected to the good environment, and how was the environment when she was a child, and her work with women in rural areas and how they responded to her work. Now, in this video, we are going to watch what transformations did she see and the influence of her work among the women and the influence of her work to the other parts of the world, on the other parts of the world, and her message to the world. Let us see. Before going to the lesson, we will see some synonyms and antonyms. Here, transformation, a marked change in form or appearance. As you know, ordinary, its opposite word is special, normal, abnormal, usual, unusual. Confident means hopeful. Confident, opposite word, antonym is doubtful. Empower, make somebody stronger. Empower, opposite word is enslave. Profound, it means great. Willingness, it means readiness. Negotiate, negotiate means by discussions, bring about by discussion. For example, Wangari Maathai inspired the people to engage in negotiations for conflicts. So, negotiate means bring about by discussion. Next, encourage. Its opposite word is discourage. Let us go into the lesson, the last part of A Reading Environment. Next, NHK Radio's question is here, what transformations did you see? This is NHK Radio's question. Next, here, let us read this. One of the bigger transformations that I saw was that ability of an ordinary illiterate woman to get to understand and to be able to plant trees that in 5 or 10 years became big trees, and she was able to cut them and be able to give herself energy to be able to sell those trees and give herself an income, to be able to feel confident that she had done something for herself. That sense of pride, sense of dignity, that they are not begging, that they are doing things for themselves was very empowering. The transformation was very powerful. The other is the transformation of the landscape. Places where there was dust, there are no more dust. There are trees, even birds and rabbits. They come back and they make the environment very beautiful. There is a shade, and sometimes even dry springs come back because the water is not running. The water is going into the ground. Very profound transformation. And the other transformations that, just a minute, the other transformations that I saw was the willingness of the people to fight for their rights, to decide that they have a right to a good, clean environment, to decide that they will fight for their forests, they will protect their forests, and they will not allow corrupt leaders to take their public land. Here, yeah, one of the bigger transformations, what she observed, Wangari Maathai observed, one of the bigger transformation was, the main transformation was an ability of an ordinary illiterate woman. She understood how to plant trees, and the trees, they grew bigger in 5 or 10 years, became big trees, and she got the confidence, and she cut them, and she got the firewood, as well as she got the wood for furniture, and she got the fodder for her animals. All these things she got. That was the pride of the woman, because they grew that trees. So this was the main transformation, she says, and they got the confidence. And other transformation was the landscape. It became green and vegetative. So the places where there was dust, there was no more dust. Trees, birds, rabbits, and uh, plenty of green grass, and all these things. The environment was very beautiful, and there was a great, very profound change, profound transformation, a great change. And the groundwater also increased. The water is not running on the land now, the water is going into the ground. And other transformation is the willingness of people. They are ready, the people were ready to fight for their rights. So they decided to have good environment. They will fight for their forest. They will protect their forest. So they will not allow the leaders and their people to cut the public land, cut the forest in the public land. So this is the main transformation. Yeah. Next question is Wangari Mata in NHK Radio's next question is, how do you think you can influence the rest of Africa? So Wangari Maathai, she conducted a movement, and she started a movement, a Green Belt movement. This was a successful movement, and the movement's influence was there on the rest of Africa, and as well as on other parts of the world. Let us see. Yeah. How do you think you can influence the rest of Africa? Wangari Maathai. Our efforts will inspire other people to stop wasting their resources and their youth in wars and instead engage in creating a peaceful environment, more peaceful states. I am very happy about the fact that now in Africa you see new efforts of ensuring that Africans engage in dialogue, that they invest in peaceful negotiations for conflicts, that we manage our environment. We must restore our environment and try to ensure that we do not fight because we are allowing the environment, especially the land, to be degraded, and then we fight over agricultural land and grazing land. I see a lot of hope in what is happening in Somalia, what is happening in the Sudan, what is happening in West Africa. I see a lot of African leaders encouraging each other to engage in dialogue. Yeah. What is the one thing we can do? NHK reviews. The last question is, what is the one thing we can do? Wangari Maathai says, for me, my greatest activity is to plant a tree. I think that a tree is a wonderful symbol for the environment. And when we plant a tree, we plant hope. We plant the future for ourselves, for our children, for the birds. We plant something that will last long after we are gone. Yeah. Here, for the question, how do you think you can influence the rest of Africa? Say, the people in the other places of Africa, they stopped fighting over their resources, they stopped wasting their resources, and they engaged in creating peaceful environment, and it became more peaceful states. And also she feels that she was very happy that in Africa the efforts were started in they engaged in dialogue, not the fightings, in peaceful negotiations for conflicts. Whenever there is a conflict, there is a problem, they they had the discussions. With the discussions only, negotiations means here discussions, they conducted discussions, and in the discussions they cleared their doubts, and they started to plant trees, and they started to restore the environment. And wherever the land is degraded, they started the they started to plant trees, and they started to restore the good environment. So, Wangari Maathai says in this paragraph, with negotiations, with discussions, with the talks only, we can create good environment. If there is a Whenever there is a conflict, we should not go for fight. Yeah. And at the end, her message is, let us see the message of Wangari Maathai. Yeah. For me, my greatest activity is to plant a tree. I think that a tree is a wonderful symbol for the environment. And when we plant a tree, we plant hope. We plant future for ourselves, for our children, for the birds. We plant something that will last long, and yeah, that will last long. Yes, after we are gone. See, this message is not only for Wangari Maathai, but also for all the people who live on this earth. Yeah, nowadays there is a global warming, a lot of pollution, a lot of cut of the trees. So if we cut like this, we will the environment will be degraded, and there will be many problems we will face, many problems, mainly global warming, pollution, and less of oxygen, and the plants, the animals, the human beings will get a lot of radiation. Many effects are there. So, yeah, Wangari Maatai says, my greatest activity is to plant a tree. Yeah, nowadays it is very necessary to plant trees. So she thinks that a tree is a wonderful symbol for the environment. Yeah, she rightly, it is very true to say that tree is a wonderful symbol for the environment. When we plant a tree, we plant hope. Yes, it is absolutely correct. For ourselves, not for the people who live on the earth and for future generations. So, this is Wangari Matai's message. Now, dear students, let us see some vocabulary here. The underlined words has a meaning, some meanings in this box. Yeah, replace the underlined words in the following sentences with the words from the box that have the same meaning. Yeah, the government is trying to bring back normalcy in the right hit areas of the city. Bring back. Yeah, what does it mean? Let us see. Bring back. Bring back means here is transplanted vegetation, exotic, negotiation, restore, equal rights, sustain, degrades, eternally, rehabilitation. Yes, bring back means restore. Next, Wangari Maathai fought for the same privileges for men and women in Africa. Same privileges means is what does it mean? Same privileges, equal rights. Yeah. Next, I cannot hold my attention on any subject for a long time. Hold. Hold means here sustain. Next, the poster is offensive and disrespects women. Disrespects. Disrespects means degrades. Yeah. Some people argue that the wealth in this world should be distributed fairly and reasonably among all. Fairly and reasonably. Yeah, it means fairly and reasonably, equitably. Next. After certain amount of growth, the seedlings have to be taken out and shifted elsewhere for further growth. Shifted. Shifted means here transplanted. Yeah. Next, she travels to all kinds of exciting locations all over the world. Exciting means here exotic. Next, the Tirumala hills are covered by lush green plants. Yeah, lush green plants. Plants here, vegetation. Next, the judge advised the disputing parties to settle through discussion. We have already discussed it. Discussion means, yeah, you are right, negotiation. The alcohol addict has to put in a recovery center for becoming a normal person. Recovery means here rehabilitation. Yeah. Next, what are the persons called? A person who studies the human race, especially of its origins. Yeah. What does it mean? Yes, one word for it, anthropologist. Next, a person who studies the remains of buildings and objects found in the ground. It is archaeologist. Next, a person who studies birds scientifically. Yeah, it is ornithologist. Next, a doctor who studies and treats heart diseases. You might have known very well. Yes, it is cardiologist. Next, a scientist who studies the mind of a person. Yes, it is psychologist. Next, a person who studies languages. Yes, it is linguist. Okay, dear children. Now let us see how to write an interview. What are the indicators of an interview? Because Wangari Maathai's lesson is an interview by NHK Radio, Japan. Yes, here when we see interview, it is a discourse. It now in our Telangana paper, question paper in English, 13E, paper code is 13E. Major discourse, it is a major discourse. Interview is a major discourse, one of the major discourses. It, it, it is for 10 marks. So let us see the indicators of this discourse. Yeah. See, whenever we write an interview, there should be proper introduction. Yeah. Whenever we are going to, we meet a person and if we are an interviewer, we will interview a person. Yes, we have to say hello or hi. Yeah. Good morning, sir or madam. I am a reporter. I would like to ask some questions about like this. We can have some introduction, introduce ourselves, and if there is a success on the side of that person, we can congratulate. We should congratulate in the beginning. Congratulations on your success, sir or mayor. Yeah, using discourse markers or linkers. Yeah, it is very very important to use discourse markers or linkers in a discourse, especially here we are dealing with the interview. Yeah, you can find these discourse markers in page number 205 in the SERT textbook, in our English textbook. Yeah, here let us see the discourse markers or linkers firstly. Yeah, in the beginning of any incident or any dialogue, we can use firstly, then secondly, and final question we can ask finally, as well as question in the answer also. Yeah, so therefore, hence, and if there is any similarity, we can say similarly or at the same time, however, still, as a result, whenever we uh, talk about reason, so we use, and as a result, whenever we talk about the result, we use as a result, and thus, yeah, these are the discourse markers we have to use in an interview. Yeah. Next, questions relevant to the context and the responses. Yeah. Yes. If this in this interview, Wangari Matai's interview, NHK Radio, it the interviewer asks about the questions on her work about the green belt movement and uh, in her area about the work, how to plant trees. So this is the topic. About that only the interviewer asks the questions. Yes, whenever we interview anybody, we have to ask the questions of the topic what we take, and the relevant questions and answers also should be the relevant according to that context. Next. Yeah, and whenever we close the interview, there should be appropriacy, appropriate closing should be there. Thank you for giving me your valuable time. Thank you very much. Yes, like this, appropriate. We have to start the interview with a good, appropriate beginning as well as appropriate closing. Yeah. Yes. in an interview, social norms and suitable responses and we should use. Yeah, for example, whenever we talk to our friends, yeah, our dear friends and our relatives, we can say hi or hello like this. And whenever we talk to the elders in the society, great people, namaste or good morning, sir or madam, these are the social norms we have to follow. Then, in an interview, there should be 10 to 12 exchanges. If there is a dialogue between the interviewer and interviewee, in the dialogue, two dialogues, one time the interviewer talks and the answer, one question and the answer, these two will become one exchange. Like this, we have to, there should be 10 to 12 exchanges. Yeah, okay. Thank you, children. Happy learning. This is online classes from TEO Nalgonda in the collaboration with ELTA Nalgonda. This is Radhakishan Agwala, and we will meet in the next lesson. Thank you very much.